During this training, we are going to review how to change your group officers in engageGettysburg. During this session, we are going to review how to update your officers to accurately reflect the leadership of your organization, as well as understand the value of adding positions to each of those roles within your organization, and also gain insight into the permissions function within your officers page so that you can give different officers different levels of access to your group and different privileges within it. So with that, we are going to jump right into engageGettysburg to show you how to do all of that. Once you are in engageGettysburg, you are going to navigate to your group. And from there, you are going to look for the officers. You can find the officers via the icon in the center of your screen, or you can also find it under the dashboard header on the left side of your screen. When you go onto officers, you'll see anybody who is a current officer. In order to add any new officers, after you've submitted your registration or your re-registration form, there will be people automatically imported into here based off of who you listed on that form. But if you do want to add anybody else, all you have to do is come into your officers page, click on Add Officer in the top corner here, and then start typing the name of the person that you're looking for. So I recommend using their email if you do have their email available. If you do not have their email available, I recommend using last name because it's usually just a little bit easier to find people. And once you find the person that you are looking to add as an officer, you just select their name and then hit add. You can also notify them that they've been added as an officer if you would like to, but if not, you can just add them. And that's how you add an officer. As you can see, there are positions, custom positions, and roles next to everybody who's been added as an officer. I highly recommend adding positions if they are not automatically imported through your re-registration or registration process, just so that it helps flow communication from various entities on campus to your organization. There are a lot of times where we'll email the president or maybe email the service chair or email the secretary with specific information. So this really helps to determine who we should be contacting, what the relevant information for that party is. And so please do add these positions if you don't already have them in there. If you do not see a position that applies to the person that you are adding to your group, you can always add a new position in the custom position line. It will give you the opportunity to create new custom positions as well as manage positions once you have created them. And you can also write a little extra into their role. So even if they are, let's say, the president, like the Gettysburg test account is, we can also put a little bit more details about that in this role, because maybe they are the chair of a committee as well, or maybe they have another role as well. And so even if they are president and a secondary role, you can add their secondary role down here in the role column. You also have these buttons over here next to the names where you can add whether they are an active officer, a main contact, or if they are visible publicly on your website. And so there may be people that you definitely want to be the main point of contact. And so you would just select them as the main contact. There may be people that, yes, should have officer access, but maybe should not be listed publicly on your website. So you might want to remove that. And if anybody ever leaves their officer position, all you have to do to remove them from that officer position is to uncheck this active officer box, and then the system will update. And if you come in here again, you will now see that that account has been removed from the officers list. If you do have officers in here that should not have the same level of access as maybe your main contact for your group, you can also go over to this permissions button right next to the add officer button in the corner. And if you click on it, it will bring up all of the officers that you have for your group, and then it will list all of these different permissions. So if you have people in your group that shouldn't have access to edit the group settings, so that means that they, wouldn't be able to alter your contact information or really mess around with your logo or your mission statement or anything like that, you can remove access from those people. You can remove access to be able to manage your officers. So if you don't think that everybody should be able to add new officers or remove officers, then that might be something that you uncheck from them. Every officer will default to everything. So you just have to manually come in here and remove certain permissions if you do not believe that that person should have that level of permission. Once you do that, it automatically saves, so you don't have to do anything further than that. And that is how you add officers, remove officers, add their positions, and also change their permissions. If you have any further questions about how to manage your officers, please do not hesitate to reach out to us at osagle@gettysburg.edu or come see us in Cub 210 throughout the academic year. Thank you.